So apparently, dude, this game, Slay the Spire 2, oh my god. It's like super popular. I didn't even know this.
Okay. How does this keep happening? Here we are yet again with another indie game releasing in the same week on the same day as a highly anticipated AAA release, though the type of anticipation widely depends from person to person, and it comes out and it just absolutely crushes them.
Yes.
Slay the Spire 2 has had 7 times the amount of players as Marathon.
7 times. That's sad.
Now, noting that Slay the Spire 2 was not multi-platform. This game was only on Steam, and it has already sold over 2.8 million units based on available data, and that 43% of those sales are coming from China alone, which is a massive market. Now, I love this because this is a 10-person studio team that is making a $25 deck builder that's cracking into markets the AAA publishers.
Think about that. 3 million, 25. So that's $75 million. Obviously, you know, you cut all that up. Like, each of those guys is walking away with 7 figures, 100%. That is crazy.
Are spending hundreds of millions of dollars, and they can't even reach. I think this is a bit poetic that the games industry has been spending years chasing larger and larger audiences, and in that pursuit, they've managed to shrink the audience that they do have, while also somehow ignoring one of the biggest ones in the entire world.
I think that another big issue, and the reason why this happens, is that a lot of video games aren't video games anymore. They're like interactive stories or some other form of, you know, vignette simulator where you go from, you know, some encounter to another encounter, like a walking simulator. Like, there are very few actual video games being made nowadays. And, like, it's very weird for me to say this, but, like, whenever I played Resident Evil, for example, like, I mean, cutscenes are great. We love cutscenes. But, like, the problem is that some games are just all dialogue.
Money that they spent. But a lot of this stuff was genuinely cool. I think it gets the community involved almost immediately, and it all fits the theme of the game really well. But you guys just got lapped 7 times by a studio that's now walking back their own track.
I'm going to be honest, like, all these marketing ploys are fucking retarded, and the people that do them are just basically, it's like, these are the, you know, like the girls that post, like, their videos of, like, them going to work, and, like, all they do is, like, get boba tea and have meetings. Like, this is, like, where it's, like, basically adult daycare. These are adult daycare projects. Nobody gives a fuck about this shit. Nobody cares. This is stupid. This is stupid. Anybody who's focusing on this is wasting your money. You need to make a good video game. That's what your focus needs to be. You need to be making a good video game. Make a good video game. Make a good video game. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. And, like, this over focus on marketing and these marketing events, like, some companies, like, I actually think that marketing,
Unplay, their take on science fiction, the worlds that they build, all of that stuff. That's all still here. That's all still Bungie that's showing up in Marathon. But Marathon, man, this game is so over-designed. It's like one of those pretentious fashion shows where it's all fashion and no function. The game looks incredible. It drips with a distinct
like a Kanye West fashion show. Yeah, exactly.
Art style that you genuinely cannot find anywhere else. And then you open a menu and your brain just starts to melt. Information, items, purchases all scattered in different ways that make the game just so needlessly confusing. I get that buying specific items from specific factions is lore accurate, but I should be able to sort this stuff by what I actually need. Meds, ammo, whatever else, without feeling like I need to go on a damn treasure hunt. There's no crafting in this game, so outside of that's a blue item, that's a green item, there's no real framework for any decision-making that you're making out in the field. Players and NPCs are blurring together in the moment. So I didn't feel like I was committed to anything because I knew that that game would be there whenever I came back to it. There is this simple bliss in that simple sense of security. This is something that I think returns to what a lot of classic games used to feel like, where the experience was all about discovering things on your own and taking your time, where the tools were simple, but everything just felt limitless. And then I started wondering, maybe there's a lot of other people that are chasing that exact same feeling. Something that the games industry just hasn't come to terms with yet is that while they love gambling,
I think that a lot of people also just, they want to be able to play a fucking video game. And I think the big issue of what happens is that you have a game like Marathon, and there are...
Marathon, I could not peel myself away from Slay the Spire 2.
I have not felt compelled to play Marathon at all since I played it on stream. I've not even considered it.
damn is that game addicting. Once you
truth.
start unlocking stuff, once you start figuring out new builds for some of the characters, I played the first game. I think I beat it in like 50 hours or something like that. I got 10 hours into this one. I'm probably just going to burn straight through it. I have a problem with roguelikes. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Once I'm in, I don't come out. It's mostly because of the fact that, like, I don't know if you guys run into this, but when you play roguelikes, like, they all play so differently. There's that initial adjustment phase that you kind of got to get over, and once you get past that,